let's jump right into it. Um, for this one, we're doing a little bit different spread. It's the elemental spread. Um, it's very heavy energy. Once I get into basically what I was, picking up. So essentially, with the elemental spread, and you can like picture this in your mind. It's basically like a T, I should say, with the top of the cross being earth, and to your right being air, very bottom being fire, and then to the left being water, and right in the very middle being spirit. So right off the bat, I find that you find stability in your passion in starting new projects. For your earth, you got the Ace of Wands, which lets me know that you find peace and comfort in creating new ideas and following your passions, which is a very positive sign. You could be birthing something at the moment right now. Like starting new things, new inventions is, where you find your comfort. In terms of your intellect and air energy, you have the Page of Pentacles. So you could be a mechanic, or you like to work with your hands, or you really like to think things through. You could be a little bit of an overthinker, because the Page of Pentacles also represents like a scholarly type energy. So you're very academic. You could be a professor or a teacher or any type of person like with guidance. Heavy Gemini, Mercury, communication types energy. See, he's holding a wrench. So you could be very, very good with your hands and finances as well in your mind. Confirmation for you. Now, in terms of your passions, what we got was the Nine of Swords. So when you go through a grieving period in your life, that's where you get lit up, so to speak, kind of like a divine slap in the face. So you transmute your pain into passions and new projects, and that's what kind of lights your fire up. And that's not to say that that's a bad thing, because sometimes we just need that, extra nudge from the universe to like kind of slap and wake us up, and kind of light your butt on fire and get you starting on this. So you may find that you create the best when you're going through a heartbreak. A lot of artists do that. When they're having a difficult time in their life, and they channel that energy and they create something beautiful out of it. So that's really cool for your passion. Now this one's an interesting one in terms of like your emotions and your intuitive feelings. You did get the Four of Cups. So at the moment, you could be feeling a little depressed or down, or not realizing, what you have right here in front of you. You're just kind of sitting, um, not realizing all that you've accomplished. And you can get caught up in this funk. You don't give yourself enough credit. That's what I'm picking up as well too. You should definitely, when it comes to your emotions and how you feel, I think you put your emotions to the wayside to please others. So that's definitely a lot of like people pleasing energy, which is all fine and dandy, but it's everything in moderation. Of course, we all want to help people out and we want to be liked, but you don't want to be liked by everyone, because then you're going to be hated by yourself. That's a Mike Tyson quote, by the way. Liked by everyone, but hated by yourself. So it's okay to agree to disagree sometimes when it comes to your emotions. And your emotions are valid, and you shouldn't be throwing them by the wayside. Now, in terms of the middle card, which is really cool as well, it signifies the spirit, which kind of brings the four elements all into play. I didn't quite know if I wanted to take reversals. However, with this spread, I felt like I needed to. So, what spirit is, or the universe, the cosmos, however you want to put it. Essentially, they're telling you, do not avoid this spiritual ascension that you're going through right now. Because if you do, if you don't heed the warnings, or I wouldn't say warnings, pick up the signs and synchronicities and change, then an actual real tower moment can, come into your life. Which the tower card gets a bad rep, but in order for things to begin, things have to be destroyed completely so something brand new can come. And with the tower being reversed, specifically in the spirit spot for you, I feel that you're avoiding change. Definitely there's a heavy emphasis on avoiding change. And when we avoid change, there's divine intervention, and sometimes it's not nice. I'm speaking from experience here. When we avoid the things that we're supposed to do, and because the tower is Pluto energy, so it can be very chaotic and frantic and mysterious, and it can really knock you off your feet and catch you off guard. So what I'm seeing right here for the tower representing your spirit, the tower in reverse specifically, is that you may have avoidant tendencies on listening to yourself, listening to your intuition, and you're picking up on the signs and stuff, but you're not quite putting action towards them. And we don't want the divine to step in when it comes to a tower moment. So what I'm going to do for you is, just kind of get some more clarifiers on your elements. From what I see, you have a really balanced earth element, especially with the Ace of Wands. You're grounded in the 3D reality. You understand what it takes to survive here, what it takes to make a living, what it takes to take care of people. You follow through definitely with whatever you're passionate with. You have a good follow through as well. And you're very intellectual and smart and scholarly as well. I wouldn't be surprised if you were like a PhD or a doctor or have a master's degree, with the Page of Pentacles, essentially representing your air energy. I do see there's just a little bit of imbalance with with your passion and your fire energy. It's nice to turn grief and sorrow into something beautiful, but that's not full on life. It doesn't always have to be grieving and sorrowful. We can also turn good situations into beautiful art or beautiful music. It doesn't always have to be a negative situation that turns into something beautiful, although that's how it goes most of the time. So let's get some more information for you. It's so funny because on my street right now, the lights are out. The lights decided not to come out, the street lights. So that's definitely a message for you. You may be going through like a dark night of the soul at the moment, not quite seeing clearly, and you feel complacent, especially with the Four of Cups. That's a complacency type energy. There's nothing for me. I've done everything to accomplish, but Spirit wants you to know that you still have much more to accomplish. Let's see if we can get some more clarifiers from my reader on the elemental spread, and what can they do to more balance out those 4 elements. Because granted, you may be any one of the signs or relate to any of the signs, and I may be a fire sign, earth sign. We all carry the elements in us, and you want to have them balanced out. Some people just aren't balanced out. They may have more air energy or more fire energy, but we also want to try to keep that equilibrium between the 4 elements, and spirit being the 5th. So let's kind of see, what else can I get for you? So we have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords in this instance could represent you. It's gone into the intellect energy again. You're a very intellectual person. You know how to get what you want when you want it, so to say, especially with the Page of Swords. That's heavy, like Gemini, Aquarius type energy. You know how to socialize. You know how to be the life of the party. You're actually represents like somewhat detective. So you could be like a private investigator, or would hire a private investigator, or do tons and tons of research on a subject matter on a certain person, and you can figure it out. So you're quite adept at reading people so to speak, in, uncovering layers and layers and layers of a certain situation as well. So when it comes to your mind, I sense a very sharp and intellectual mind. Definitely, I've been picking up on that. So lots of balance when it comes to your air and your earth, but I still feel like, you may be quite too much in your head at times, or overthinking. Okay, my viewer, no more to balance their energy. So we have I'll take these three for you. So we have the Two of Swords, we have the High Priestess, and we're going to not take that one, and the Seven of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So what this is telling me is that with the High Priestess being reversed into Two of Swords, this is a battle of choices, and you not following your gut, or you want to follow your gut, but your logical brain is getting in the way, which explains all of the air energy and stuff today in this reading. So you don't quite know to do like left brain or right brain, or go all logical or all artistic, and you feel blocked at the moment with the High Priestess being in reverse. So you're definitely being called to kind of merge the two, because keep in mind, in the original Rider-Waite, on the Two of Swords, she has a blindfold on, but she's also guarded, because that's the best that she can do. But she has a blindfold on, she can't really see, and her intuition is blocked at the moment. So moving forward, I think meditation will be quite well for you. You like to do inventions and start stuff with your Ace of Wands. So I feel like that's when you really get into the flow state, is when you're creating. And I think the creating that you do will kind of merge the two, the right brain and the left brain. Some people are just more right brain dominant, other people are more left brain dominant, but what you want to do is kind of get an equilibrium of them, good discernment, and also following your gut, because some things just can't be explained. But at the same time, you can't just always be up in the ethers, in the spirit. You got to have a logical brain and be a tactician and plan things through. So you do have to be logical. That logical brain is serving you well, and it has served you well up until this point. But I'm kind of seeing it more as a double-edged sword, and it's kind of blocking out your intuition at this time. So you want to kind of check that logical brain in the meantime, so that way you can connect more deeply with yourself by creating things. I'm getting that heavy. You need to go out and create. I don't know what you do. Maybe you build birdhouses, or maybe you are, a content creator, or maybe you like to build video games, or you like to work on cars, or you like to work on computers. Whatever that is for you, I'm really being called to tell you that you need to do that, so you can better connect with your inside, the unknown realm. And yeah, so I'm so sorry, this is actually the Hierophant. I apologize about that. So it goes into the same thing as well. So that's something that's in this reading too. Your intuition is blocked, but also the Hierophant. So you may feel not even connected to any type of religious or spiritual practice at the moment. You may look at Buddhism and be like, oh no, that's kind of not for me. Or you look at Hinduism, or they have too many gods, or you maybe experimenting with other type of religions, but you feel as if though you can't pick a choice. I apologize about that. I was reading more intuitively. Yes, this is the Hierophant reverse. So you may be into more bohemian practices. That can include, occultism, Satanism, atheism, all of the more bohemian, not so talked about, taboo spiritual practices, and you don't quite know what to choose from. Or you grew up in a particular household with a particular religion, and you're starting to broaden your mind a little bit more and be more open, and it's causing a little bit of guilt on the inside. Don't feel guilty. Just because your family is a certain belief system, and you grew up in that belief system, doesn't necessarily mean you have to adopt that belief system. You can go out and find your own belief system. And so maybe that's why I thought this was the High Priestess, because it's just telling you to find your own belief systems and what you believe, so that way you can feel more in tune with yourself. Okay, let's see if we can get any more clarifiers for you on why do you feel guilty about learning about other belief systems, and what can you do to kind of break the mold or break whatever type of illusion that's been, you know, casted upon you, or whatever type of programming. We all have programmings, you know. When we're young, we can't take care of ourselves, so we rely on our parents to take care of ourselves, and we adopt many of their practices. I mean, that's just how life is. But as we grow older into our adult brain, we get to think for ourselves, and we can, you know, pick what we choose to believe in or what we don't choose to believe in. And you got to think, you know, you may feel guilty about it because it's like, what, maybe 18 years of programming of you being doing this, but you know, your soul and your spirit knows, you know, the way, and your logical brain that's been programmed for I don't know how long may give you some lashback on that. So that's perfectly normal as well. So why is my viewer feeling guilty or feeling kind of trapped and not being able to make a choice with their spiritual practices? Why are they not being able to make a choice in their spiritual practices? So let's see. So they're gonna take, those fell down, sorry about that. So I got the Sun. I'm gonna take the Sun and the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. We're gonna take all of these three right there. So with these three coming up on the floor and actually drop down, there's definitely a feeling of spoiled milk. Something has spoiled. Maybe this belief system has spoiled for you, and the cups have fell over, and you're feeling guilty about learning about all of whatever it may seem as like esoteric knowledge and stuff like that. So you may feel guilty about this decision, and you may have grew up in like a Catholic church or any type of Christian church as well too. I'm heavy Christian energy as well. But what I'm picking up with the Sun here is that when you truly open up and shine the sun on the darkness and how you're feeling, that's when you're going to find your true spirituality, because your spirituality is in you, is what I'm picking up on heavily. And we have a lot of fives on the board, so I see, you know, like change as well. And the Five of Pentacles is a card of conflict, and the Five of Cups is a card of conflict as well too. The Five of Pentacles is more like a struggle, a financial struggle as well. Even though I don't feel like you're going through financial struggles at the moment, but you are not realizing that the spirituality, you're going through this. So you could have one parent that was maybe Christian, or the other parent that's maybe in another religion, so that's like double whammy programming, and you really don't know what to choose because you got one from your mom, one for your dad, you know, two different families, but the spirituality or the two cups still standing, that is inside you. And we have the Sun as well, so the Sun can give you clarity on this, on how to go about the well, today is just a wacky day. Okay, so this is actually the Eight of Pentacles. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm picking up the Sun. So what I'm seeing is the Sun go out in the sun. Definitely go out into the sun. And the Eight of Pentacles is showing me that you've been working toward this this spiritual understanding for quite some time now, and you feel like that you haven't gotten anywhere on the matter, because you feel confused, and the programming on you is coming undone. You're really coming back to source, to center, and to find out, you know, what you truly believe in. And maybe the Sun card has some relevance, because I was picking that up heavily as well. That's why I kind of thought this was the Sun card at the time. The Sun represents like happiness and a light being shined in the dark of this, you know, this dark spirituality that you're going through at the moment. So I would say with the Eight of Pentacles, to keep working towards the sun, towards the light. Keep searching, and then eventually you're going to find out what your true spirituality. It doesn't matter what your family says or your friend believes in, or what the group down the road believes in. It's about, you know, what you believe in and what you find true to yourself. So let me try to get some more informations on the situations, because it's definitely heavy energy for you, and I can feel it. I haven't even been reading the cards the cards right. I've been more so seeing, you know, with my third eye than the actual eye that's on the screen that I'm picking up on. So keep that in mind too. Okay. So let's see if we can get any more information on what you're going through and what's like the best advice for you moving forward as you take this spiritual path and the spiritual journey. I don't want to say that, you know, you're just starting it, because I feel like a journey like this, you know, you've been doing it for quite some time, so you're just starting a new leg of it, of this new spiritual path. You've been on the spiritual path for quite some time, but now you just finished up a stage and you're kind of starting, I would say, the third leg of your spiritual path. So you've been through awakenings before in the past. You've had struggles, you've overcome them, but now this one just seems different, because it's you're quite literally rewriting all of your programming, and that can be scary at times when you don't quite know how things are going to pan out or what you truly believe in. But that's the fun part about it, because you get to dive as deep as you are willing to go. How deep does the rabbit hole go? So any advice for my viewer on the spiritual path? Any advice? And I promise we're going to read the cards right this time. Well, as in with my physical eye. So we have the Six of Swords. So you're definitely moving away from a dogma or a religious practice or a spiritual practice, and you're going to find your own truth. I think I may name this video "Go and Find Your Own Truth." You're finding your own truth. You're walking away. It definitely feels like you're the black sheep of the family. So you're walking away from a certain group or certain organization to go and find your own truth. Give yourself a pat on the back, because a lot of people get brainwashed, and a lot of people don't have the critical thinking or the mental dexterity to actually think for themselves and not just follow the crowd. That's good that you question everything around you. So I don't want you to ever think that that's a bad trait in you on why you're even questioning or having these questions, because that's a blessing in itself, to be honest with you. So we also have the, let's see, we have the Four of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Empress, and the Fool in reverse. Okay. So what this is telling me is that there's a message for you that is blooming, and you need rest, and to flip this over and start your journey. Your German, I can't even talk. Germany may be important as well too for you. You may take a trip to Germany, because I wanted to come out. Rest up, because your journey is in fruition. It's being planted, it's being seeded, and you're right on the precipice of starting this new chapter in your life. Whether that is going to Germany or whether that is starting a new religious practice, at this time, rest is important, and don't be afraid to start something new or keep on going down your path that you're going on, because it's leading you somewhere. It's leading you to the Empress, to abundance as well. This would not be popping up if it was not. And you have the intellect, especially the air energy with the Knight of Swords. You know, this is a hero's on a hero's journey, and you have everything at your disposal to conquer this spiritual path, or not even conquer it, should I say, but understand it better and more use it as a tool to your benefit than it being a double-edged sword. And get lots of rest at this time. You may need to recuperate from your previous spiritual warfare, because I did feel that as well too, that you're moving into a different spiritual path. You're on this path, you did that, you learned that lesson, now you're on a new path. But you do need time to recuperate. But whatever it is that you've planted on the spiritual path, it's coming. It's definitely coming. And you're on, where's the fool at? You're on number 0. So I should say, you're starting the fool's journey all over again, which is awesome, because that's what life is all about: cycles and continuous expansion. It never stops. Yes, you may have gained the world in the previous spiritual arc, but now we have to start over from the fool again. And don't feel bad about that, because we get to learn more and explore more. I apologize about the cards and the confusion. I was more so picking those up with my, my third eye, but in the reading, everything means something in the reading. So granted, I was thinking that card in my mind and it was a different card on the thing. That was also a sign in synchronicity for you as well too. So whichever path that you're on, I'm definitely wishing you the best, and keep going. And thanks for choosing me today. Hope you had a wonderful day and continue to have wonderful days. Bye.